Hello, my name is Mark DeCruz of Market Bonsai, and with me is Johnny Garis. Today we're going to demonstrate how to repot a Ligustrum sinensis, and we've chosen a turquoise blue pot to replace the last pot out there. To start off with, we have a spatula to help us with setting the soil down. We then have a gin plier and a wire cutter. The wire cutter is used just for removing wires that bind the pot to the bonsai. The gin plier is again used to finally tie the bonsai into the pot. The sickle is a very important tool because more often than not you have to cut the bonsai out of the pot. And then we have two little brushes that help us with, or rather three little brushes that help us with the tidiness and cleanliness of the pot. The plastic brush is used to clean the bark, the metal brush is used to clean the bonsai pot, and the cocoa brush is used to tidy up the surface of the pot once you've finished repotting. And we then have two sets of scissors to help us with cutting the roots. This is a heavy duty Japanese steel blade. This one to cut the finer roots, both very sharp and very strong. And we have a root cutter that helps us cut off heavier roots within the bonsais. And one of the most important tools as far as we are concerned is what we call a dibber. It's just a piece of metal or an aluminium chopstick that helps us with cleaning the bonsai roots and removing them from the pot. The pot has a curved surface, so the soil has gone in between the pot and the edges, so you can't pull the bonsai out of the pot. So the first thing Johnny is going to do is cut off the bonsai from the pot. This requires a bit of strength, and you're using a sickle to help us with the cutting of the soil. If it's not coming out, you use a chopstick to help praise it out. You can see that the roots are quite en masse, and it definitely needs to be repotted. Start off by removing the excess roots that you can see straight away. As you can see, there's a substantial number of roots that we've already removed from the root ball, but we still have a little bit more work to do before we can repot it back into the new pot. So first of all, John is going to start by clearing off the soil. Johnny is going to clean the moss that's on the bark with the soft nylon brush. The nylon brush ensures that the bark is not damaged, but it removes all the moss that may have collected. Johnny is going to remove just half a centimeter to a centimeter of surface soil from the bottom, so that the roots, any excess and long roots, are cut away, so that we have a clean root ball even from the bottom. The next thing Johnny is going to do is cut out the root ball to fit the new pot. We just have to remove a slither all around, and to make sure that the bonsai is centered in the pot. And now it fits absolutely comfortably, and there's enough room on all sides to accommodate new fresh soil. For the repotting, we use a special bonsai mix, which is in this case akedama and pumice. The grain size is between 3 and 6 mm in width and size, and it's as you can see, a very granular mixture. You can put the bonsai. So the root ball is then centered along the length of the pot and centered along the width of the pot. The trunk has to be absolutely vertical in all directions, so vertical this way and vertical this way. Johnny then uses a mallet to settle the soil into the bottom This is a rubber mallet which has been softened by boiling it in water. We need to ensure that the tree is firmly in the pot, and you do that by moving the trunk. And if the pot moves, then you know that the tree is firmly in the pot. The final step is to actually use the spatula to firm it into the pot, and you go all around. Final step is to bind the bonsai root ball into the pot, and you bind with the wires. The wire is bound from one end to the other end, and you use a gin plier to tighten it, and you use it by turning it clockwise, so that you get a good tight grip. Binding the wires, you need to ensure that you do not tie the wires in the middle of the pot, but on the far extremes, like we've done these two. You then cut off any excess wires, making sure that there's not much of a tail left. Johnny then waters the pot by dunking it in a tub of water, and he doesn't put it in below the surface of the pot. Stays just above the surface, and the water comes in from underneath, and you soon see it rising to the surface. And then it's lifted up and let to drain gently. The last step in repotting is to cover the surface with a thin layer of sphagnum moss. The sphagnum moss protects the surface roots of the bonsai by not letting the pot dry out too fast. The last bit to do is to ensure that the pot is cleaned up and ready and polished. Here we have camellia oil and a little bit of an emery rubber that helps with cleaning up and finishing off the pot. And that's how we repot a bonsai tree.